The hardest part is not that your goals are too big. The hardest part is that deep down, you have started to believe you are the kind of person who never finishes. That is the wound nobody sees. Not the dream you talk about, but the promise you keep breaking when nobody is around to watch. And if you want a voice in your corner when your fire gets low, hit subscribe and keep me close, because some days you do not need more hype. You need the truth that gets you back on your feet. I know how that feels. I know what it is like to lie in bed at night and build a beautiful future in your mind, then wake up in the morning and hand that future away for comfort, for delay, for one more excuse. I know what it is like to say this time will be different, then watch the same day happen again. And after a while, the pain is not even the failure. The pain is the doubt. The pain is looking at yourself and wondering if you can trust your own word. Let that settle in, because this is the hard truth. You do not need a better dream. You need a stronger self. You do not achieve goals by wanting them. You achieve goals by becoming the person who can carry them. Hear that again. You do not achieve goals by wanting them. You achieve goals by becoming the person who can carry them. That is the whole game. Not wishing, not waiting, not talking, becoming. We spend so much time staring at the mountain that we forget to look in the mirror. We blame the clock. We blame our past. We blame our bad luck. But the person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror. Think about that. The life you want is not hiding from you. It is waiting for a version of you strong enough to live it. A lot of people want the reward. Few people want the weight that comes with it. They want the body, but not the training. They want the money, but not the discipline. They want the peace, but not the hard choices that protect peace. They want the finish line, but not the lonely road that leads there. And that is why they stay stuck. Because goals are heavy. Goals ask things from you. Goals ask you to wake up when you do not feel like it. Goals ask you to work when the room is quiet and nobody is clapping. Goals ask you to tell the truth about your habits, not someday. Now, I want you to picture a dirty mirror. When a mirror is dirty, you do not see yourself clearly. That is what excuses do. That is what delay does. That is what false stories do. They smear the glass. They make you think the problem is outside when the problem is inside. Maybe you have been saying, I just need more motivation. No, you do not. Motivation is a spark. It is not the firewood. It is not the stove. It is not the house. Some mornings motivation will be gone. Some nights hope will feel weak. But if your identity is strong, you still move. If your standards are strong, you still move. If your word means something to you, you still move. This is where most people lose. Not in failure, in self-betrayal. Every time you promise yourself something small and break it, you teach your mind a lesson. You teach it, my word does not matter. I say things, but I do not do them. I plan things, but I do not carry them. Then one day you set a big goal and wonder why your own heart does not believe you. Because it has been listening, your heart has been watching, your mind has receipts. No one is coming to wake you up. No one is coming to force you to be disciplined. No one is coming to build your future. That is not bad news. That is freedom. Because if no one is coming, then the power comes back to you. The key is in your pocket. The door is in front of you. The next move is yours. Stop asking, what if I fail? Ask, what if I finally become honest enough to win? Honest about where I am. Honest about what I avoid. Honest about the cost of staying the same. Because staying the same has a cost. It costs confidence. It costs time. It costs self-respect. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. And one day people call it fate when it was really habit. Quiet habit, daily habit, repeated habit. That is why the first step toward any goal is not action. It is ownership. Real ownership, full ownership, the kind that says, this is my life, these are my choices, and this is my responsibility. Not in blaming, not in complaining, not in waiting, but in ownership. You do not achieve goals by wanting them. You achieve goals by becoming the person who can carry them. So tell me, how much longer are you going to protect the story that keeps you weak? Now, once you own it, once you stop hiding from the mirror, the next truth shows up. Big goals are not built in giant moments. They are built in small days, small choices, small promises kept. We love the dramatic story. We love the overnight win. We love the before and after picture. But real life is quieter than that. Real life is brick by brick. One brick today, one brick tomorrow. One brick when you are tired. One brick when you are bored. One brick when you would rather do anything else. That is how a wall stands. Nobody lays 1,000 bricks in one swing. They lay one brick well, then another, then another. The people who achieve their goals understand something simple. They stop trying to feel ready for the whole journey. They just handle the next brick, the next workout, the next page, the next call, the next hour without wasting themselves. Think about how much pressure would leave your shoulders if you stopped trying to conquer the next 5 years by dinner tonight. You do not need to win your whole future this week. You need to stop losing today. That is where power lives. In the day, in the hour, in the choice right in front of you. Sometimes people say, I need to get my life together. That sounds huge. That sounds heavy. That sounds foggy. But if I ask, can you make your bed, drink water, go for a walk, and finish one task before noon? Suddenly it becomes real. Suddenly it becomes possible. That is how change works. It gets practical. It gets plain. It gets close to the ground. The dream is high in the sky, but the work is done with your feet on the floor. Let that settle in. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is this: when I feel better, I will do better. No. Often you do better first, and then you feel better because you prove something to yourself. Confidence is not handed to you at the starting line. Confidence is earned after you keep a promise. A small one, then another, then another. That is why tiny wins matter so much. One push-up matters. One paragraph matters. 1 hour of study matters. One day without quitting matters. People laugh at small steps until small steps take someone farther than their big talk ever took them. There is a kind of magic in repetition. Not loud magic, not movie magic, quiet magic. The kind where you wake up one morning and realize the thing that used to feel hard is now normal. The morning walk is normal. The reading is normal. The saving is normal. The saying no is normal. That is when your life starts turning. Not because you got lucky, but because you got consistent. We are too impressed by intensity and not impressed enough by consistency. Anyone can have a strong Monday. Anyone can have a burst of fire after a hard breakup, a new year, or a scary wake-up call. But can you still place the brick on Thursday when nobody cares? Can you still show up 2 weeks later when the feeling fades? Can you still do the boring thing that builds the beautiful result? That is the test. That is the gate. Not passion alone. Pattern. You do not rise to the level of your wishes, you fall to the level of your habits. So if your habits are weak, your dream stays heavy. If your habits are strong, the dream becomes carryable. You do not achieve goals by wanting them. You achieve goals by becoming the person who can carry them. That person is built in routine, built in repetition, built in the small choice to do what matters before you do what feels good. So stop asking if today is enough. One brick is enough for today. One honest effort is enough for today. One kept promise is enough for today. Then tomorrow do it again and again and again. Brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice, your life begins to change shape. So when the room is silent and the work is boring, which version of you is going to pick up the next brick? But even bricks need the right ground. A seed can be perfect and still die in bad soil. Let that settle in, because this is where many people miss it. They try to build a strong life inside a weak environment. They try to stay focused inside constant noise. They try to stay disciplined while living with endless temptation in arm's reach. Then they call themselves lazy, when really they have planted their future in bad soil. Think about a seed. The seed has life in it. It has potential in it. But potential is not enough. If the soil is poisoned, if weeds choke it, if nobody waters it, that seed struggles. Your goal is the same way. It needs a place to live, a place to grow, a place to breathe. Your room matters. Your phone habits matter. Your friends matter. Your schedule matters. What you watch matters. What you listen to matters. What you allow near your mind matters. We act like our environment is a side issue. It is not. It is either lifting you or draining you. Either feeding you or weakening you, either watering the seed or choking it. Some of you are trying to become focused while sleeping next to distraction. Some of you are trying to build peace while carrying chaos in your pocket all day. Some of you are trying to become confident while staying close to people who only know how to joke about dreams and praise comfort. You cannot keep planting yourself in rooms that make your lower self feel at home and then wonder why your higher self never shows up. No excuses, no waiting, no rescue, just action. Clean the soil, clear the weeds, guard the seed. Maybe that means your morning needs to change. Maybe the first hour of your day cannot belong to your phone anymore. Maybe it has to belong to your mind, your body, your prayer, your reading, your work. Maybe that means your nights need a boundary. Maybe you cannot keep handing your energy to random noise and still expect strong mornings. Maybe it means you need distance from people who always pull you back to old habits. Not because you hate them, not because you think you are better, but because you finally understand that your future is fragile in the early stages. A new plant needs protection. A new habit needs protection. A new version of you needs protection. People love to say they want more discipline. Fine. Then make discipline easier to reach. Put the book where you can grab it. Put the shoes by the door. Delete the app that steals your hours. Leave the card at home if spending is your weakness. Set the alarm across the room. Make the good choice obvious. Make the bad choice harder. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. Wise people do not only trust their willpower, they shape their world. They know tired minds make weak deals. They know lonely nights make bad choices. They know drift is real, so they build fences before the cliff. They build structure before the storm. There is another side to this too. You must feed your mind with something clean, something strong, something better than the same garbage that keeps everybody numb. If you spend hours each day filling your head with envy, noise, gossip, cheap laughs, and shallow advice, do not be shocked when your life feels scattered. Your mind is a garden too. What goes in grows. What grows shapes action. What shapes action shapes destiny. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. It all starts with what you keep around you. You do not achieve goals by wanting them. You achieve goals by becoming the person who can carry them. And part of becoming is learning what to keep close and what to cut loose. So be honest with yourself. What are you planting around your life right now, and what do you really expect to grow from it? Now, let me tell you something nobody likes to hear when they are tired. Even with the right habits and the right soil, there will be seasons when nothing seems to happen. You will work and not see much. You will pray and not feel much. You will stay disciplined and still wonder if any of it is moving. This is where most people walk away, not because the path stopped working, but because the reward stayed invisible too long. We are impatient creatures. We want proof now. We want signs now. We want the harvest while the roots are still trying to form. But life has seasons. Winter does not mean the seed is dead. It means the work is happening in a place your eyes cannot see yet. Think about a tree. Before it reaches up, it goes down. Before it gives shade, it builds roots. Before it holds fruit, it learns how to stand in storms. That is your life too. Some of your most important growth will be hidden growth. The kind nobody claps for. The kind you cannot post. The kind that feels like silence, but is actually strength forming underground. Let that settle in. This matters because many people quit in the root season. They mistake quiet for failure. They mistake slow for pointless. They mistake discomfort for a sign to turn back. But the boring middle is where winners are made. The long middle. The unseen middle. The part after excitement and before results. That stretch right there separates people who talk from people who transform. Anybody can start in spring. Spring is exciting. Everything feels fresh. The goal feels new. The outfit is new. The notebook is new. The promises are loud. But can you keep going in summer when it gets hot? Can you keep going in fall when things get messy? Can you keep going in winter when the world outside your window looks cold and nothing in your hand proves the work is paying off? That is where character is born. That is where patience becomes power. Listen to me. You do not need every season to feel good. You need every season to mean something. Some seasons are for planting, some are for pruning, some are for waiting, some are for harvesting, but every season has work. Every season has purpose. The mistake is wanting a harvest season with planting habits. The mistake is wanting spring energy while still living with winter effort. No. If you want a different life, respect the season you are in and do the work it asks of you. Maybe your season right now is simple. Get healthy, get stable, get focused, pay what you owe, finish what you started. Maybe nobody sees it. Good. Roots do not need applause. Roots need time. One day the visible life rises from invisible faithfulness. One day the tree stands where the seed once disappeared. One day the man people call strong will remember nights when he almost gave up because the progress looked too small. Think about that. The thing you call slow may actually be sacred. The thing you call delay may actually be development. The thing you call hard may actually be training. You do not achieve goals by wanting them. You achieve goals by becoming the person who can carry them. And becoming takes time. Real time. Quiet time. Unseen times. So before you throw away the work because this season feels long, ask yourself this. How much of your future have you been trading away just to escape one hard season? And here is the final truth. Goals are not the real prize. The real prize is who you become on the way there. Because if you hit a goal without changing, you usually lose it. If you get the money without discipline, it disappears. If you get the body without standards, it fades. If you get the relationship without maturity, you damage it. If you get the title without character, it crushes you. The outer reward can only be held by inner growth. That is why this has never been only about achievement. It has always been about identity, about standards, about the man you are when life gets hard, when feelings get messy, when nobody is there to guide your hand. A magnifying glass makes small things look bigger. Pressure does that to character. Pressure reveals what was already there. If discipline is real, pressure reveals it. If excuses are real, pressure reveals them too. That is why your small habits matter so much. They are not just actions, they are votes. Every day you cast votes for the man you are becoming. Sleep in or get up, drift or decide, scroll or study, spend or save, complain or create, lie or face it. One vote will not decide everything, but repeated votes build identity. Brick by brick, day by day, season by season. You become someone, so become someone on purpose. Do not let random moods shape a permanent life. Do not let temporary comfort write a long story. Do not let fear train your future. Train it yourself. I want you to imagine a night not far from now. You are sitting in a quiet room. The air feels different. Your shoulders feel lighter. Your eyes feel clearer. Not because life became easy, but because you became stronger. The work you kept avoiding is now part of your nature. The promises you once broke are now promises you keep. The body is healthier, the mind is calmer, the bank account is steadier, the room is cleaner, the standards are higher. The chaos no longer owns you. Why? Because one day you stopped begging life to change and started changing yourself. You do not achieve goals by wanting them. You achieve goals by becoming the person who can carry them. Say it until your bones believe it. You do not achieve goals by wanting them. You achieve goals by becoming the person who can carry them. So if the man you want to become walked into your room tonight, would he call your habits a promise or an excuse? Remember the first truth. The hardest part was never that your goals were too big. The hardest part was believing you were the kind of person who never finishes. But that story can end here, not tomorrow, not when life calms down. Here, the moment you stop handing your power to your feelings. The moment you stop waiting for perfect timing. The moment you decide your word will mean something again. Picture yourself a year from now. You wake up early without a fight. The room is quiet. The sun is just coming up. Your body feels alive. Your mind feels steady. There is work in front of you, and for once it does not scare you. It fits you. You carry it well. You open the notebook, you make the call, you take the walk, you keep the promise, not because someone forced you, not because you got lucky, but because this is who you are now. The dream that once felt far away is sitting in your hands because your hands got stronger. The life that once looked impossible is now your normal because you stopped acting like the old version of you. Think about that. The future you admire is built by the daily you nobody sees. So when this ends, do not chase a feeling. Make a move. One real move. One clean move. One honest move. Put the phone down. Write the plan. Fix the room. Drink the water. Do the workout. Study the page. Send the message. Start the thing. Return to the thing. Finish the thing. Close the gap between what you say and what you do. That gap is where confidence leaks out. Close it. Protect your word. Protect your time. Protect your future. And when the old voice comes back, the one that says you always quit, answer it with action. Answer it with proof. Answer it with another day of becoming. Because the goal is not just to reach a better life. The goal is to become the kind of person who can build one, hold one, and live one with strength. No excuses, no waiting, no quitting, just becoming unstoppable.